So today we're going to learn about adding a position to your MyLO site. Your position may be in a Word or PDF format to begin with. So what we'll first start out with is downloading or retrieving a copy of your positions. We'll save that to our computer, and we're using the League of Women Voters of North Carolina just for an example. So I now have the position statement here, and we'll have to maneuver the background to fit in the fields that MyLO offers. Let's go ahead and open a new position. From the Administer League Site menu, I add position. The first field is the title, and I believe this one is the education position. All right, okay. Public education. The one sentence logline, I like to leave that until the very end because this is going to be the statement that brings the position all together. Position in brief is probably a meatier version of the one sentence logline, and I'm actually going to skip that section as well and jump down to the details. Jumping back to the positions file, we have the background. So I'm just going to highlight all of that and copy it either from your keyboard with Control-C or right-click and copy. Jump back to your MyLO page and plug in those details. You're going to see that the formatting from the previous file has come over as well. So one way to remove all of that is to highlight that again and go over to the eraser, remove formatting. And that just resets that. Tweak any little extra formatting that you see there. I'm going to make that bold once again. Okay, so the details are in. Now let's jump back to the positions file and see what's left to be added. Proposed education policy positions. Highlight all of this section here. Again, copy that and jump back to your position on your MyLO site. Oh, and the final field here is position history. This is probably best for different dates of it being amended or adopted. Now that I have added these in, I'm going to rearrange them a bit more. So again, I'm removing the formatting from the section I just pasted into here, doing some fine tweaking of removing those extra spaces. All right. So now that we have the position in brief information added there and the details, I'm looking to move these around. And it's just as easy to make a new line and paste in that other section. And I'm jumping back up to the top. So this will be the top of the new details section once I remove the background information. So I've cut that out and we are pasting it into here. So position in brief will be the background and the proposed education policy positions are the details. You may have to do some tweaking with the numbering just because the formatting, again, was taken from the previous file and it might not translate exactly to here. So I just want to make sure that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 main points. Okay, I have 1, 2, and then numbering restarts, and this one should be numbered as well. So let's fix that. So this should be a 3 and this should be a 4. One quick trick actually to make this field bigger so that we're not working so small, I clicked disabled rich text. And over here in the corner, I can drag that down. Click it again, enable rich text, and it'll jump back over to the WYSIWYG viewer. So now back to reordering our items here. We're actually going to number this one so that it is part of this field here. Do the same with this bullet point. It's actually throwing it into the main list, but we just need to indent that to be in the same position that it originally was. Again, with number 3, so that they are the first 2 subpoints. And then now all of these here were subpoints of number 2 here. So again, we need to add them to a numbered list and with that whole chunk highlighted. Indent once and indent a second time. So now these are 3 and 4. Okay, so now that we have the background and the details in there, if you don't already have a 1-sentence logline, what I usually do is just take from what the position text already has and build a short and sweet logline, because that is what is going to display on the positions page. Because this is a little time sensitive, I'm just going to throw something in there. The League of Women Voters North Carolina supports provision of secure, sufficient, and equitable educational opportunities for all. Okay, we'll leave it like that just for training's sake. So now we have a log line, we have a title. Those are the minimum requirements, actually, just so that you know, because you can keep working in a position in the brief section, in the details section, and in the history section. Actually, the issues are the only other field that are also required. Before we jump to saving this, let's throw in that position history. So jumping back to the position file, I see that the history is right up at the top. So I've copied that. And now we're jumping back to the MyLO page and pasting that into position history. All right, and now down to issues. These issues come from the National League and from the California League's list of issues for emphasis. You can make recommendations for these just by emailing us at mylo@lwvc.org. To make this one easy, we're just going to go with education. There we go. Okay. And you can add positions that are related. This is a full list of everybody's positions on MyLO. You just have to pay attention to the league name there and pick the right one. You can add a website link if you have, say, a Facebook discussion going on about this. You can add that link directly there. So we're just going to go down to publish this immediately so that you can see it on the positions page. First, this is what the finished product looks like. This is that 1-sentence log line, the title, position in brief we did not add, the background, oh, I'm sorry, the background is the position in brief, the position history, and the details appear at the very bottom. So now let's jump over to the positions page. We see that public education is the position now listed, and here again is that log line that we created. So this is what you would see on the landing page essentially for the positions, the 1-sentence log line of each position that you create. And it will only appear in this list once you do publish your new position.